And so we were standing next to each other playing percussion on America's Got Talent for just two Cuban kids that danced from Miami. And we became friends that day. We talked, exchanged numbers. The manager of America's Got Talent pulled me aside and said she loves what I do so much, and she would ask me if I would want to stay along with the show doing work. So she hired me for the rest of the season. I ended up doing 3 seasons with them. Then around the second season or third season, I opened a Modern Drummer magazine. I had to go open. The cover was Andres.
Andres Ferrero, by the way.
Yeah. And I texted him and said, "Congratulations, man." And he's like, "Hey, you ever played Broadway before?" Didn't ask him for coffee. I didn't do any of that stuff. I didn't ask him for a gig. I just said congratulations to him. And he had a situation where he probably needed to replace some subs. This is 2015. So I said, "Come on through. Have you ever done Broadway before?" And I was like, "No, but I've played in many musicals before." He says, "No, this is way different. So come to the show." At this point, I never heard of the show. I don't know what's going on. I go in there and I sit down, you hear the pa-ta-ta-ta. Now, this is the height of it. So you still have Lynn on stage. And when he said, "My name's Alexander Hamilton," it was like, I was like, "What is going on here?" And they screamed, the audience must have screamed for about 5 minutes before he could say his next line, and the music continued. But that's what it was. It's a new show. It was a big craze, and they were sold out for the next 2 years at that point. But that's some crazy advanced ticket sales, by the way. Yeah, he's like, "You want to do the show? Let me know." After I checked that, "Sure, I'll do it." And I learned the book in 2 weeks, and then I told him I was ready, and he says, "Okay." And then eventually, some time went by. Eventually, he called me. I went in and played, and I did a great job. The conductor came in and told me at intermission, this is the best he's ever heard anyone come in and play a show, which is a great compliment as Broadway. It's nerve-wracking to be a sub. And I remember he said to me, "Oh, were you nervous? Are you nervous?" And I said, "No, I don't get nervous. I get prepared." Because the more prepared you are, the less nervous you are. Sometimes.